Hi, welcome to another segment of Words to Live By. Today I want to talk to you about a conversation I had with a very dear friend of mine earlier today. So I'm going to call this segment The Seeds of Fear. This very dear friend of mine has just recently started a new job, and it's with a Fortune 500 company, a very well known company. And the friend started the conversation out by telling me how overwhelmed she was about her new position, and just basically what I heard was a lot of fear. She also told me how many of her friends had warned her about the sharks on the job, and how these people are not going to like you, and it's going to be very difficult for you to be successful here, and so on and so forth. I listened to everything she had to say, and then I shared with her that these friends were coming from a place of fear. How often do you allow your friends to plant seeds of fear with you? I know that they thought they were being helpful and that they were just trying to warn her so that she would be safe. But this is not safe. This is not how you warn someone. Anytime somebody comes to you from that place of fear, they are showing you basically their own fears, things that they are afraid of. I choose not to live in that place. When I first went out on my own, when I left my corporate America job and decided to become self employed, I had so many people that wanted to warn me that it's hard out there, and what are you going to do if it doesn't work, and what are you going to do if that business fails. And what I told them is what I will tell you now, is that one thing I knew for sure then, and I know even more so now: I can always get a job. I had a job at that time, and I could always get another job. However, I didn't buy into the fact that what if it doesn't work. I went into my new life and into my self-employment status knowing that it would be successful and that I would be successful. Whether that particular venture worked out or not, I knew that it was not a reflection of me and my competence. So that's why what I want to tell you today is when well-meaning friends and family come to you when you are about to embark on a new venture, no matter what that venture is, if they are not giving you positive feedback, and I'm not saying just blowing smoke and telling you what they think you want to hear, but if they're coming from a place of fear and nobody knows whether it's going to work or not, so if they are not encouraging you to move forward, then you need to stop and question their, I hate to say their motives, because oftentimes their motives are genuine, but they are just coming from a place of fear, because that's where most people live. I personally choose not to live in that space. I know who I am. I know that I am well equipped to deal with whatever challenges that I may encounter. I believe you are too. One reason, like I told my friend earlier today, one reason that I don't buy into that fear and don't live in that position of fear is because I am so saturated with all of the information that I have gathered over the years that there's no room for it. Every day I put positive things in. Every day of my life I listen to something positive. It's either preaching, or it's a motivational CD, or it's a learning CD, or it's something that will empower me and make me better. Once you fill that void up, that space in your mind where you don't, if you fill it up, then there's no room for negative things to enter into that space. But as long as you are walking around, and I mean no offense when I say this, but as long as you're walking around empty headed, then there's always room for the negativity and the fear to take root, to seep in and take root in your mind. Don't allow it to do that. Every day, make a decision. Decide that every day you're going to put something positive in. And there's so much out there. You can go to the bookstore and you can find the self-help section. There are millions of books out there that will help you with anything that you're struggling with. Every Sunday morning, I get up and I watch Joel Osteen, I watch Bishop T.D. Jakes, I watch Dr. Schuler, and there are dozens of others that I watch. And these messages, they empower me because I truly believe what God says. I believe that He will never leave me nor forsake me. And remember, when Peter walked on the water, as long as he kept his eyes on Jesus, he was able to walk on the water. It was when he lost sight and took his eyes off of Jesus and he started looking at his circumstances. When he started watching the wind blow and the water and the storm and all of the scary stuff, he started to sink. But when he put his eyes back on Jesus, he was able to walk on water. I think that you can walk on water too. And I know that I can walk on water because that's what I'm doing. I am walking on water. There are lots of things that happen in my life and are happening now and have happened in the past and I'm sure will happen in the future. But I choose not to focus on the things that are not going well. I choose to focus on the things that are because there are always so many more things that are going well than the things that are going wrong. So I ask you, who are you listening to? To whom do you believe? Are you listening to all of the naysayers and allowing their fear to paralyze you? Because the person that I was talking to today is one of the most talented individuals that I know. There are some people that seem to have been gifted by God with only one talent. There are some people who can just sing. There are other people that have a multitude of talents. This person is one of those folks that has been blessed with a multitude of talents. As long as that person will remember all of the talents that have been bestowed upon them, himself or herself, I don't want to give my friend away, that person will be just fine, and so will you. Make a decision that you are not going to allow other people's fear to make you fearful. Know who you are. The things that you're good at, you are good at them no matter what anyone says. But the most important thing for you to remember is that it's not what other people say to you or about you that matter. It's what you say to yourself and about yourself that matters most. Thank you again for joining me for Words to Live By, and I hope this has been helpful. See you next time. Bye.